Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Can we have silence, please? Can we have silence? It's with great pleasure, gratitude to Almighty Allah that has brought us to this stage of our assignment. Sorry. Wait. Well, not even started, so I don't think by the time we started, we can make it after I finish. Go.
Okay, thank you very much. And before we left for the exercise, I remember one of the parties requested that you segregate the votes into overvoting and cancellation due to violence. It's not me who requested for that. Also, before we left, another party said it here that they have a record of votes categorized as overvoting plus violence, and those that are violence related only. And when you come back, they have their record, they want to compare. Me too, I have my record, I want to compare. Because by the time you announce the result now, we'll not be able to have the opportunity to compare. So you when you came back, you also wanted to carry us along. That this is your discretion of how you want to go about it. And you requested if we are on the same line. Now, one of the parties stood up and said they're on the same line, and even became the spokesperson of all the political parties here. Every political party here is standing on its own. It didn't come through anybody. It's not represented. So it cannot be forced to accept that. Even if everybody accepts, my party will not accept that. Because they all come here individually. Now, these are things that I want to get it, let us get it clear. I have to see the votes that are termed overvoting plus violence. Where have they been moved to? And also, how did you segregate this willful destruction? Because other climes and other states are not taking it the way we are taking it here in Kano. Some states have taken violence to be violence. There's nothing like willful or unintentional violence. Violence is violence. But voting is violence.
Allow him to finish, please.
You see, this is the problem. When he was talking, I didn't talk. So, and he was the one who said that he has he wants to see it physically. So I also demanded the same. I want us to see those votes that have been moved to violence, supporters of violence, and those that have not been moved to. Because our record shows that most of these, what do you call it, cattle votes are under violence. And also, I am not a learned person, but if we look at the law, the provisions, tell me which one you have taken, that's item 2. Item 2 clearly states that animal, and already animal, that we can understand fully that decision, how that decision came about. That's why I'm not under the, I came here individually, so nobody should speak for me. Resistance from distribution of willful obstruction and or let me take one by one. We take the first one, willful obstruction and resistance deployment and resistance to deployment from the distribution of materials. It means the materials have not left the INEC office at bottom. The other way again. Willful obstruction or resistance to deployment from distribution of materials is the same thing. Or distribution is still in one place. So this one happens, this violence happened at the polling station. The violence took place after the materials have left the INEC. it was when the exercise was going on, the violence took place. So I strongly believe that item 6 should prevail in this circumstance. You are the kind of officer, you have the discretion, but we know ordinary common sense, ordinary English can be interpreted like this. This obstruction and this resistance to deployment. Deployment means taking it to to where the boat to take place.
Can you conclude so you can get a response? You can't speak forever.
Okay, this is what so I have done this, and I want also I will also agree with my colleague here that is an agent of the other party. We want to see how these boats are categorized because we have our own record. If this record moved to another if what is moved to what we call it destruction, then it means we are overloading that aspect. But we must reducing so that it will not fall under the category the margin of lead provision. So I want us to be fair and transparent. I'm not after editing. I'm just after rules that you have set for yourself. Nobody here set those rules. National Assembly enacted the act and reviewed it, and also INEC has own rules here. Nobody, I didn't participate in the making of the rules. Nobody here participated, but I want it to be followed so that we know how that is arrived at. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. For the explanation, I believe there is nothing I will say that I have not said before. I will only repeat myself, and I'll do it for clarity. The word willful wasn't inserted by me. I didn't manufacture the word. I read it from the manual. And once there's an obstruction, I don't know if there's an unwillful obstruction. Willful obstruction or obstruction, for me, mean one and the same. Mean there was an obstruction. For as long as it is created by man, not created by external force, it is willful. No, there are two different. I'll read it again. No. Just it's okay. I will read it for the object for the last time. I'll read it. Willful obstruction, that's one part of the sentence. And or wait now. Implying that can stand on its own because it is or when the combination of the two happens. So if any of them happen, the same rule applies. And, sorry? That is the second leg in the alternative. Suppose there was no willful obstruction, but there is resistance to deployment. Suppose. Let me finish. But it's an alternative. It's not standing alone. The sentence is a compound sentence, meaning either of the two or both. That is in the event that the issue under discussion is deployment. What about if it's willful disruption? Can that stand alone? Like, I've tried. I've tried to be fair to everyone. It's okay. And so, yeah. My understanding is either of the two, or if both of them happen concurrently, the same rule applies. That credit credit affected PUs with 0 votes, which means In the first place, the votes were never counted and shall not count in the application of the margin of lead. The second is that we should conclude the expected outcome is that we should conclude what we have started. And on that note, I will go to the other side of the questions you asked. The other side of the question that you asked was, I went back to polling unit by polling unit and extracted what happened in each of the polling units as reported by the collection officers. And I have the complete list. And like I said, because it is not meant the one that is violence or willful obstruction are not meant to affect the margin of lead. Like I said, I dropped them from consideration as far as margin of lead is concerned. But overvoting is meant to have effects on the margin of lead, and so I have retained them. That's what I said before. And I had a total incidences. What do you want? 195 incidences across the entire state. And at the end of the day, it involved 138 local governments. It involved 180 arrays. It involved 385 polling units. It also affected 253,160 votes. But for the purposes of segregation, that's the PVC collected, sorry. The PVC collected in affected zone, all of them were 253, 160. But for the purposes of margin of lead, the cancellation over voting, the figure reduced to 84,849. For the cancellation for violence, I had 168,351. And I did this painstakingly, polling unit by polling unit. And that was the reason why I said I should be excused from this environment so that I can concentrate. That's the figure that I have. And on that note, I present the results for this exercise. That is for the photo of yes. Yes. Okay. So the results for Kano State, the voluntary results for Kano State, total number of registered voters stood at 5,921,370. Number of accredited voters, 2,032,955. Number of valid votes is 1,977,872. Rejected votes, 27,092. Total votes cast, 2,004,964. Now, I will read out the total votes received by the individual aspirants. The declaration of results. I, Professor Ahmed Doko Ibrahim, hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the 2023 Kano State governorship election held on the 18th day of March 2023. The election was contested. The candidates received the following votes. 1. Santuraki Alhaji Hamisu of AA Party scored 211 votes. Number 2, Sani Mahmoud of AAC scored 955 votes. Number 3, Khalid Ibrahim Idris of ADC scored 12,832 votes. Number 4, Ibrahim Sha'aban Sharada of ADP scored 9,402 votes. Number 5, Gauna Nasiru Yusuf of APC scored 890,705 votes. Then number 6 is Sulen Owariase of APGA scored 1,360 votes. Number 7, Sani Ibrahim of APM scored 4,955 votes. Number 8, Muhammad Ibrahim of APP scored 430 votes. Number 9, Yakubu Ferreira Ahmed of BP scored 5. Bashir of LP scored 5,409 votes. Number 11, Yusuf Abba Kabir of NNPP scored 1,019,602 votes. Number 12, Mahmoud Aishatu of NRM scored 862 votes. Number 13, Muhammad Sani Wanda of PDP scored 10,957 votes. Number 14, Yakasai Salihu Tanko of PRP scored 2,183 votes. Number 15, Muhammad G. Bala of SDP scored 759 votes. Number 16, Muhammad Ahmad Isa of YPP scored 9,835 votes. Number 1,882 votes. That Yusuf satisfied the requirement of the law is hereby declared open and is returned elected. Dated this day, 20th March 2023. Thank you very much. Please, agent, to come and kindly sign the results, please.